Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. It is definitely time to redirect, family. The things that we continue to do over and over and over again are simply not working. And there comes a time where you've got to realize that you're just spinning your wheels and going nowhere. I'm going to be talking about the female judge, the black female judge, who has been sentenced to 6 months in jail. For something so very minute that it is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing how minute the offense is, and according to her white female attorney, she's innocent. They are claiming that this black female judge handed her brother a piece of paper that she shouldn't have handed them, or handed him, and the judge, her attorney says that it never happened. But 6 months in jail for that. My thing is this, handing a piece of paper to someone, and this deserves being drugged out of the courtroom because that's what happened. And guess who drug her out of the courtroom? A black female officer. See, what amazes me is that they use our people against our people, even in their own system. There were a lot of people very upset that she got the seat on the bench in the first place. So they use something very minute to strip her down to the bare nub. Not only can she not be the judge any longer, she's no longer judge, but they have stripped her of her right to even practice law. Now we're talking about Cincinnati. This is where all of this is going down for those of you who want to look up this story. But she can't even practice law anymore. So they stripped her down to the bare nub, because they claimed that she handed her brother a piece of paper that he shouldn't have had. So, let me get this straight. We have people of other nations, judges, police officers, all kinds of officials who just do all kinds of things, all sorts of things. Look at the President of the United States. All kinds of illegal things, but I doubt very seriously if anyone's going to drag him out of the courtroom like an animal. As a matter of fact, it would be a miracle if he saw any type of jail time for the crimes he's committed. Even if he were to lose his seat as president, which is almost over anyway. But I would be very surprised if he saw any type of jail time for all of the many crimes and lies that he's told while in the office as a president. But this black female judge hands someone a piece of paper out the door. Not just out the door, loses her job, loses her license to practice law, and she goes to jail 6 months. At this point, no one should be shocked at what happens in this country. No one. If you are shocked, that means your head has been in the sand and that you've chosen to ignore the obvious. I would like to hear what people like Candace Owens and Jesse Peterson and Larry Elder, I would love to hear what they have to say about these things. Charles Barkley, so many others that have brown skin, but trust me, they are not on your side. I'm getting to the point where I really don't like to talk about these things any longer because I think we should be focused more on solutions. But the problem is our people are more excited to hear about these types of things because I guess we feel like if we are talking about them, we're making some type of progress. But I don't think that we see how important it is that we forge ahead, that we've got to be more progressive in how we deal with these situations. And the proof in the pudding is the fact that we continue to see stories where black people are going or having the cops called on them for simple things, being at restaurants or places of business that make other people uncomfortable. And some of these establishments, I would have to say, why are we there in the first place? Now, I understand that we have to do shopping. We don't have any grocery stores in every neighborhood, every state, every city. I get that. But there are some places where our people are having cops called on them. I'm like, why were you there in the first place? Especially these restaurants. Why do we keep hearing stories about black people and Denny's, black people and what's the other one? Waffle House. Black people in Starbucks. What's up with that? Even CVS. I'm like, what is up with that? Now, CVS, I get it. That's a drugstore. You feel like, okay, I have to go here. But some of these places, I'm like, why are we even there? These Asian beauty salons, why are we even there? These Asian nail salons, Asian beauty supply houses, why are you there? No one should have to come in and rescue you and say, don't put your hands on our women anymore. Don't talk to our kids that way, because we shouldn't be there in the first place. This is why we've got to learn how to be more progressive as a people and say, look, you know what? I'm going to go the extra mile and I'm going to shop at the beauty supply store that is owned by someone who looks like me, or I'll just shop online. That's another option. Some things you can simply shop online and you don't have to deal with these people. Now, I understand that the dollars are still going to them, but why go to these local places that treat you like trash? Have it shipped to you. Let them serve you by shipping it to your door, rather than you going there being accused of stealing. Who's going to accuse you of stealing something from an online store? You pay your money, they ship the merchandise, end of that. You see, but when you go in, you always have to pull your receipt out because they just don't trust that you've bought anything. Why do we keep subjecting ourselves to these things? I know that we are going to continue to go through things because we are still in the land of our captivity. I get that. But some things can be limited. We can bring things down. We don't have to continue to have cops called on us for sitting up in their restaurants. Let them cook and serve their own people. And like I've said many times before, why the heck would we even want them cooking for us when they've told us time and time again that they can't stand us? Now, for you Gentiles who get a little frazzled when we talk about these things, even you mixed race people, I had a post on Facebook and some people who were mixed race. Now, if you hear this, don't be offended by it. Just like I said on the post, listen, it is what it is in this world. Just because we find ourselves in certain situations don't mean that other people have to change the topic or change the conversation, because our people are still in trouble, okay? We are still being persecuted by the people that you want to protect. Just because your dad or your grandfather or your uncle, your aunt, or somebody in your family is a Gentile because of some intermingling, we can't change the narrative to soften things so that they don't feel bad or so that you don't feel bad. My people are being killed for being dark. Because you have people who you all want to protect who say they're afraid of somebody because they're big and black. I mean, there have even been cases where I remember there was a petite black woman who someone claimed that they were afraid of or that they feared for their lives. So I'm sorry, I can't coddle people's ears. I'm about protecting my people, those who have an ear to hear, those who want to understand what's happening. If I can get them to understand by speaking the truth, I will do so. Because it is our people that continue to experience these atrocities. Look at this judge. Just remember, even though you got a seat on the bench, they don't care about that. You are nothing to them. They didn't want her there in the first place, and they did everything in their power to get her out. So now they've bounced her out the door, put her in jail, stripped her of everything. Now she's back at square one. That's America for you. Okay, family, I'm out.